2026 is upon us. 2025 has departed. So it's time once again to talk about books. Yippee. So, 2025, good year. 129 books read by the end. That is, I think, the most books I've ever read in a year. So, killing it, doing great. We love ourselves for that. This year, I'm going to try slow down, read a little more purposefully, put a little more love into what I'm reading. We'll see how that works. But anyway, let's talk about what we did read, because that's what we're here for. The first book of December was Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This slapped. This was so good. I already really like the Iliad. I think the Iliad is super good. Big fan of the Iliad. Love it a lot. So I liked this a lot too. Just good time. Very sweet, very tender. And it made me really want to read the Iliad again. And maybe I will this year. I don't know. But yeah, cannot recommend this enough. Especially if, like I said, you like the Iliad, you like the Odyssey, you like your Greek classics. This is a pretty respectful reimagining, retelling, whatever words you want to use, of a Greek classic. So, after that, I read a little shorty. We read Valdor, Birth of the Imperium by Chris Raitt. It was okay. It was kind of interesting because that was like a piece of Warhammer time I'd never really read anything about. It was okay. I can't tell you a lot of what happened in it, honestly, other than like a failed uprising, essentially, but it wasn't poorly written, and it didn't offend me, so solid middle of the road, I guess. Then we got Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I liked this a lot, and also the more I thought about it after I finished it, the less I liked it. But it's a cool sci-fi, kind of Hunger Games, kind of, in space. But I don't know. Darrow is just kind of I hate to call him a Gary Stu, because he's really not a Gary Stu, but I don't know. It's just kind of unrealistic the way bro is like, I worked in the mines my whole life, but now that I've been genetically modified, I'm better than all of these people that have been trained for this their whole lives. I don't know. And the stupid school that murders you, I hate when books do the stupid school that murders you, because it's stupid. Especially in like this society where these golds are supposed to be like super great and important, and politicians and like the cream of the crop with titanium bones and skin made of Vaseline or whatever, and they go to a school and the school's just like, yeah, we just kill like 4 or 5 of them off every few hours because it's fun. Like, why? Why does the ruling class allow that to happen? I don't. But, I mean, I enjoyed it in the moment. Just don't think about it too much. Don't think, just fun. Then we have Peter Singer's Practical Ethics, a total shift, total genre flip, just an actual ethics textbook. I quite liked this. This was easy to understand. This felt very digestible to the average individual, as I have never studied in ethics before, but I liked a lot of the concepts presented in this book. I like the way Singer talks about them, and kind of words are failing me. Extrapolates on them and gives you real world examples and stuff. And I think this was an important book to read. You should read it. It made me use my brain. Then we've got Murder by Cheesecake by Rachel Ekstrom Courage, a Golden Girls cozy mystery. This was so fun, brain dead, but I loved every second of it. It felt like an episode of the show in the best way. I thought all 4 girls were really well written, really well characterized, especially my girl Sophia. She was really good in this. This was a Rose book. A lot of this was centered on Rose, and a bunch of weirdos from St. Olaf, which is great because the St. Olaf stories are great. But yeah, super fun. If you like the show, I can almost put money on the fact that you are going to like this. And if you don't watch the show, watch Golden Girls. It's great. And B. Arthur is Queen. Slay. Queen Slay. Then we have The Farthest Shore by Ursula K. Le Guin, the third of the Earthsea books. And at the time, this was the last Earthsea book for, I think, 18 years. Until the fourth one came out. This was okay. I still think the first Earthsea book is the best Earthsea book, but this was definitely very cool. It just had a very slow start. I liked the new guy whose name I can't remember. Aren, thank you, back of the book. And more Ged is always good, because Ged's cool. Ursula K. Le Guin is just... For a fantasy author, she writes in a very unique way, and I mean that in a good way. It's a compliment. Her prose are very prosy. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Then, after that, we read Long Live Evil by Sarah Rees Brennan. I gave this a 5. I thought it was just a blast through and through. It's essentially an isekai. It's a female isekai, which I've never read a female isekai until now, apparently. But I loved it. It was so fun. She gets sent into her favorite book, but the problem is she remembers very few details of her favorite book, so she kind of has to play it by ear. And as you would expect, playing it by ear makes everything worse. Rough, but super good. Would recommend. The second one's coming out March, May, an M month, I think, of this 2026. Then I read The Traitor, Beru Cormorant by Seth Dickinson. I did this as a buddy read in one of my Discord servers, and we both did not like this book. I liked it more than the other person, but yeah, Beru is just a boring character. Everybody's names are stupid and confusing, and there's too many characters with too little screen time for me to remember any of them. I don't know. The ending is the only thing that barely salvages this, and I can understand and see that being super duper divisive. So, I don't know. I didn't hate it. I mean, I gave it a 2, so maybe I did hate it. But it just felt like homework. Like, if I had just been reading this by myself, I probably would have given up. Because this was just... bleh. Bleh, bleh, bleh. And then, Tyrannosaurus Sue by Steve Pfeifers. A nice little non-fiction title about the most complete Tyrannosaurus skeleton ever found in the United States and the legal battle that followed its discovery. This slapped. I didn't know anything about this story. This was so interesting and honestly infuriating, and a strangely anti-government piece of literature, which is wild. But I'm not going to spoil anything because that's the whole point of the book, is to read it and find out what happened. But if you like archaeology, if you like dinosaurs, if you like the American justice system abusing its power against a poor man that may or may not be innocent, check it out. Super good, informing little read. And even though it's nonfiction, this felt like fiction. The way Pfeiffer writes, I was hooked the whole time. I was turning every page, being like, what's going to happen next? What's the next twist? Like this, I cannot believe this is a real thing that happened, because it is so ludicrous that it defies words, which is amazing. Then I read Red Rabbit by Alex Grecian. I liked it, but it felt almost like it was trying a bit too hard to be too many things. It was like a Wild West. It was a horror. It felt a little road trippy. It was a ghost story. It was a lot of things. And I think it was too many things. It did all of those things fine enough. There wasn't a single part of the book where I thought, like, wow, this is bad. It just felt like too much was going on at any given time. Though I did like all the characters. I thought all the characters were very nice. I would say read it, but don't expect a whole bunch from it. You know what I'm saying? Not quite a popcorn book, but it's not world class or nothing. Then we read Tehanu by Ursula K. Le Guin, the fourth book of Earthsea, the one that came out like 18 years after The Farthest Shore. She took a little break. This follows the girl Tanar from the second Earthsea book, what kind of blew me away. I didn't think we'd ever hear from her again. And a small child, and Ged's here too, but Ged's kind of not super important to what's going on. It's Tanar's story, Tanar's book. I liked it a lot. I like Ursula K. Le Guin a lot. And then the final book we read, cracked this bad boy out at like 11:30 on New Year's Eve, barely under the wire. It was Maeve Fly by C.J. Lead? Ledee? Good though. I really, really liked it. I really liked Maeve as a character because she is just unapologetically evil, which is nice. I like when characters don't really have a reason to be evil, and I also like when characters don't have a reason to be evil and they don't sugarcoat it with stupid stuff like Dexter. Like, I don't like the fact that Dexter only kills other serial killers to make him more likable. I don't know. If you want to actually write an evil character, don't give him some stupid moral veneer to hide behind. No. Maeve don't give a fuck, man. If something doesn't go her way, she explodes in the best way possible. Girly is out for the bad times, the good times, and if you cross her, you are dead. She's so cool. I loved it so much. She's just fun. Maeve was just fun to be in the mind of. But yeah, that was 12 books? Yes, 12 books for the 12th month of the year. Crazy how that works. Planned that. I didn't. But, yep, 2026, like I said, I want to read a little more purposefully. I cut my goal essentially in half. This year my goal was 90, and I blew that out of the water. But this year the goal is 50, and I kind of want to absorb prose a little more. Not like I'm going to be avoiding popcorn books or genre fiction or that sort of thing, because I enjoy those things, and this is something to enjoy, but I don't know. I honestly, at this point, can't even tell you a single book I read in March. So, a little more purposeful, you know? And I think that's something we should all strive for. Thank you, and I hope 2026 treats all of us well.